Right, police have been deployed in parts of Gauteng Province. Sporadic incidents of violent protests and looting has been reported, and some police have been deployed in certain areas and certain hostels in Johannesburg. This ahead of Monday's Constitutional Court hearing of former President Jacob Zuma's rescission application. Let's get to the very latest. Bring in our man on the ground, Sashin Naidoo, SABC reporter. He's on the line. Sashin, what are you witnessing? Where exactly are you, first of all, and what are you seeing?
Hi, yes, Blaine. Well, currently as we speak, the situation is quite tense in many parts of Johannesburg, particularly around the Jeppystown, Malvern area, where we are seeing sporadic protests continuing to actually go ahead as we speak. The M2 freeway from the Benrose off-ramp is completely blocked off to traffic, and there is quite a big police contingent actually deployed, in these areas. Also, other areas that have been affected is Alexandra. We did hear of reports in Wynberg as well, and also some reports Hillbrow. So currently, as we speak, I just spoke to a few policemen here on the ground, and they said that a lot of vehicles have been set alight, a lot of shops, stores have been looted, and also quite a number of shops have also been burnt down by protesters.
Is there a count, Sashin, with regards to the amount of shops being that have been burnt down? What are you witnessing there?
Well, currently speaking, there hasn't been a count from the police just yet, because as we know, it is still an ongoing issue. I did speak to Gauteng police spokesperson Vela Masondo just a few minutes ago, and he did say that, officers are on the ground trying to actually quell the situation in most of the areas, and thereafter they will actually do a proper tally and give us the exact figures of what exactly happened, how many stores were actually destroyed, as well as vehicles that were torched.
Yeah, I spoke to Chief Superintendent Wayne Minna a little earlier on with regards to arrests that happened last night. He did confirm that there were arrests, but he couldn't give us a number. What are you hearing with regards to arrests this morning?
Yes, that is correct. Well, also in regards to the amount of arrests that have happened overnight as well as this morning, there hasn't been a proper tally done by SABC. But speaking to the police officers that are on the ground, they did say that they have arrested a few people this morning, and actually they do predict quite a few more arrests that will be made throughout the day, because currently the situation is still volatile, and the main areas that we can say are no-go areas is actually the Malvern area, Jeppystown, as well as the Wynberg area.
So from your assessment, you speak about these no-go areas. What are the alternative routes if people need to get around this? What are you hearing?
Well, currently, as we speak, police officers have blockaded all the roads around the mainly affected areas, and they are rerouting traffic in that regard. So it is quite a number of areas, quite a number of streets in the Johannesburg CBD has also been completely blocked off to traffic, and also the M2 freeway just before the Benrose off-ramp heading towards Germiston is also completely blocked off, and officers are there to actually advise motorists and reroute them to their various destinations.
Have you been in conversation with any of the protesters? I just want to get a sense of what's the sentiment on the ground in terms of the exact purpose of these protests.
Well, the police actually haven't allowed us into the areas where, these main protests are taking place due to the volatility of the situation. They say that it is too dangerous for us to go in at the moment. However, I did manage to speak to a few store owners, one particularly on First Street in Malvern, that's just off Jewel Street, where the owner of the store said that she just went to open up this morning with her husband, and a gang of men actually went into their store, forcibly robbed them, and took every single item from their shop. So, in terms of that, the situation is quite volatile at this stage. So the police aren't taking any chances and letting people go into the areas where it is quite violent.
At this stage, any reports of any injuries?
Well, I did speak to the Johannesburg Emergency Services this morning, and they said that there haven't been any injuries reported at this stage. However, they did respond to quite a number of fire incidents since the late hours of last night.
Sashin Naidoo, please come back to us if there are any further developments. We'll get you straight on air, get the viewers the very latest. Appreciate your reporting, sir.